Hi guys, Infidel here, SnyperMedia once again. This is our first of hopefully many viewer requested reviews or videos. This is on the Kel-Tec PF9, requested by Shoot Center Mast. He left a comment on one of the Kel-Tec PF9 videos titled Disassembly and Maintenance, which talks about how to disassemble and how to clean the Kel-Tec PF9, and I'll put a annotation for that video right at the top of the screen there, so go ahead and click on that and check that video out. I would recommend checking it out before you watch this, because I'm not going to cover how to disassemble the firearm in this video. I'm just going to talk about the firing pin. So the question he brought up, can you do a video on how to disassemble the slide completely to get out the firing pin? So that's what I'm going to show you, is how to remove the firing pin from the PF9. So I got everything set up here, previously safety checked. I have my round for disassembly, and like I said, just go ahead and check that out. I'm not going to walk you through what I'm doing now. And once you get used to it, it's real quick, one of the easiest guns to disassemble. So there is an empty slide. Barrel's out, and the recoil spring is out. Okay? This is the extractor, extractor spring, and extractor screw. Those are the titles, the names of the parts. If you go to Kel-Tec's website, that's what you're going to want to order the parts as if you have to order new ones. Inside of this channel here, there's a hollow channel that houses your firing pin and your firing pin spring. Back of the firing pin, like you'll see in that video, sits right there. The hammer comes up and strikes the back of the firing pin, pushing it forward, compressing the spring, striking the back of the round. We all know how a firearm works. So what we do is we remove the extractor screw. That's step number one once you get it disassembled. And this is just a 5/64 Allen wrench or Allen key. Yeah. So there's your extractor screw. Once you get that off, there's your extractor spring, falls right out, and your extractor falls right out. Now the firing pin is loose in there. There's that screw actually holds the firing pin in on a little I would say divot, I guess, on the firing pin, and that's what really holds it in place, keeps it from coming out the back when the gun is assembled. So there's nothing holding that firing pin in now. So we had to cut the video for a second there. We forgot to put a couple of tools up on the table that we're going to use, and I apologize for that, but we are back right where we left off. The extractor screw is out, like I just showed you, and we're ready to push the firing pin out. Now what's going to happen is there's a little shoulder on the firing pin that's just machined right to almost the same dimension of the channel in the back. So it's a really tight tolerance fit, and it takes a little effort to get it out. So what I do is I take a real nice and skinny Allen wrench and just put the short end through the front hole of the firing pin. Then I'll take a nice big drill bit, one that you don't care about because this is going to destroy a drill bit. Just about anything that'll fit through this hole. I just found, this worked real well. A wooden dowel, like if you can find a dowel that fits through perfectly through the front here for the barrel. You just slide it down in there to push the Allen key. Again, if you have a nice set of brass punches, that also works real well. And then you just want to give this a couple of taps. It is kind of a tight fit in there, like I said, so don't be distressed if it doesn't come out the first thing you do. I'm going to switch to a little bit longer piece here because that didn't get it all the way. And what you're trying to do is you're just trying to break past that shoulder that's machined to that same dimension. And there it went. And now the firing pin is just falling right out there, or close to it. I'll just give it another nudge. I'm past the shoulder, but I can feel the spring, and there it went. And hopefully that answered our viewer, Shoot Center of Mass, that answered his video. That's how you remove the firing pin. Again, if you have a nice set of brass punches that gets small enough to go through that front hole, that's the trick. That's going to be the easiest and least complicated way of doing it. The way I showed you is a little bit of a makeshift method, but you know, it gets the job done. So when I did a little bit of research on it, I found a lot of shooters, a lot of PF9 owners say that if you take a small drill bit, the right size to fit in the back of the firing pin channel, and just put it in there by hand and twist it with your fingers, you can deburr the channel. And I did that, and you'll see shooting at the range. I'll say that the trigger's a little bit lighter, which surprised me. I wasn't expecting that. And I think that has a lot to do with deburring the firing pin channel. I also put a little bit of dry lube in there. You don't want to put any kind of oil or anything that'll stick or that'll put a coating on the metal, because as you fire, you're going to get powder into that firing pin channel, and you don't want that to get all gunked up with oil with powder sticking to it. So I put a little dry lube back there so that I don't have any residue. Aside from that, it's you know, take it out. Replace it if it's broken, if that's why Shoot Center Mass asked the question. Maybe he had a broken firing pin, or maybe he wanted to do the deburring of the channel and didn't know how. Whatever the reason, there you go, Shoot Center Mass. I hope that answers your questions. I'm going to go ahead and get this reassembled so you guys can watch me do that. Exactly the same as how I took it out, just backwards. Put it in. Again, just my replacement for my punch is a little drill bit that fits, and just a cheapo set of drill bits is really helpful when you're doing a job like this. Extractor goes right back into the slide. Extractor spring goes right back down onto the extractor into the slide, and the extractor screw with the 5/64 Allen key. And what you're going to find is that if this Allen key doesn't line up with the channel in the firing pin, which mine is not, you'll have to back it off. And this is the reason why I wanted to show you this on the video, because you have to back it off and spin the firing pin a little bit. See if you can get that lined up with the little, with the shoulder in there. That's a little better, but I don't think I'm quite there. And you'll know when it doesn't go back further than it's supposed to. That's too far back for the firing pin to sit. So I know that the screw is not holding the firing pin where it needs to hold it. So I just put it in there, try to twist it a little bit. And a nice pair of needle nose pliers is real helpful when you're doing this part, because you can get in there and kind of twist the firing pin. No, still don't have it. Man, this one's being a pain right now. There it goes. So yeah, that is how you do it. Replacing the firing pin, removal and reinstallation. And real easy. You just gotta either have the right tools or be able to kind of make it up as you go. Like I had to do. I don't have a real nice set of gunsmith brass punches or anything like that. So yeah, I had to make it up as I went along, and I hope I gave you some ideas. And Shoot Center Mass, I hope I answered your question, and hopefully you watch the video and it'll help you out. So like I said, this is the first of hopefully what will become a lot of shooter requested videos. And you know, if you want to see anything, we'll try to get it up for you. You make some reasonable requests, and we'll do our best to give you what you want to see. So give us a subscribe if you want, and if you like what we do, ask any questions in the comments down below, and we'll do what we can to answer them for you. So Infidel, SnyperMedia, thanks for watching.
How'd it feel?
Feels good. Feels lighter. I wasn't expecting it to go off that soon.
Watch your
What? Oh. They don't sweep that. Hold on.
That's new. It knocked back because the magazine was in it, but it didn't pull the way out.
So that's an empty round?
That's an empty round. what happened was when it went in, the extractor didn't grab onto the lip, didn't grab onto the rim of the round, so it didn't pull it out.
Alright, so we have failure to extract completely. That's what we got there.
And it was on the last round too. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, see? Yeah, this is my.
Failure to extract again.
Oh, look at that.
So we have 2 failures to extract on the last.
Because then all they gotta do is move the cluster down.
Yeah.
That was good.
These are all fresh ones.
So what I think's going on is that those 2 failures to eject, the ejector right there didn't grab the rim of the round. To take the firing pin out, you have to remove that screw, the ejector spring, and the ejector slide. And maybe I didn't get the right torque on that screw, so on the ejector that needs to have. So we'll see if I take it with a it's a 564 Salon right now. We'll see if it doesn't